Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of It Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out.
Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
Like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not going to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
We knew then that we was on a long road to recovery. But I say that to say this. It had to happen.
Great day, everyone. We're here live with your girl, Erica Wilson, at It Had to Happen. Guys, we have the beautiful Kiana Malone. I'm going to go ahead and read all about and tell you guys who is Kiana Malone. Before I bring her on, it's a must that I read this beautiful bio of hers. Man, it touched me, and I'm sure that as well, it touched you as well. So here we go. Kiana is not only a founder, she wears many hats. She's also a CEO and a philanthropist. Guys, she started this group called One Step LLC, and it's based out of Jacksonville, Florida. It was established in 2015. One Step Up Incorporation provides mentoring and rehabilitation services for ex-offenders and families of children affected by the DJJ system. Currently, Ms. Malone has a partnership with the city of Jacksonville where she has the Summer Night Lights program at Mary L. Gibbs Community Center. She also volunteers with the DJJ system of Duval County, where she provides services to youth from a mirror standpoint. With the significance of her first organization, One Step Up Jax, Ms. Malone is now working with other groundbreaking leaders throughout the United States, guys, to replicate One Step Up Jax and assisting them on being change agents for the community in which they serve. Ms. Malone is currently working on tackling issues that are systematically set up to create barriers based on social economic class. And Malone has sat on panels and spoke at various conferences and forums regarding mass incarceration, women incarceration, and bail reform. But watch this. Ms. Malone is also an author of 2 books, not one, but 2. And one is I Forgive You, and the other one is Pivot. Wow. She currently holds a certification in public narrative granted by Harvard Kennedy School. In April of 2020, founded her second nonprofit, Dear Black Girl. Dear Black Girl, I love that, Kiana. That caters to Black women on every end of the spectrum. Kiana also is the founder of Second Level Home, where she offers maternity housing and a safe haven for women with children. Let me introduce to some and present to others the beautiful Kiana Malone. Welcome, Queen.
Oh, hello. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure to sit here with you to hear. I mean, just to read your bio it gave me chills to see how many hats that you wear and still can be able to manage being a single mother. I left that out. She's also a single mother. So she didn't stop, guys. She has not one but two nonprofit organizations, as well as she is working, closely with others in the United States to bring this type of awareness to you all. So, Kiana, please tell us a little bit about you. I just read about you, but could you take us back a little bit and tell us who is Kiana Malone?
All right. So Kiana Malone, she's a young lady that had her son who's now 19 at the age of 17. So I was a kid raising a king is what I like to say. Formerly incarcerated. Pretty much smart, outgoing, knew what she wanted, but let the trials of life kind of deter her in a different direction. I now, like you said, run One Step Up, which is about 6 years old. I founded Dear Black Girl. I have 2 books that I've published. I Forgive You, Pivot. I also work for Color of Change, which is a organization that works on behalf of Black folks. So what we do is we make sure that people of color have the same rights systemically as well as economically as everybody else, right? So I pretty much do a lot of things and I do them all simultaneously. People ask like, where do I find the time? I just do. I am one of those people that is nothing about me without me. Like that's one of the things that I say. If anybody knows me, people call me Q around town. It's like, oh, it's nothing about her without her. What that means is anything that I'm affected by or I've been through, if you going through it, then I'm going through it too. So, that's a little about me. It's funny that I really don't know how to describe myself. I don't know how to talk about myself, and it's something that I am getting better at every day. I run a cohort or an organization called Dear Black Girl. During that organization, we like to pride ourselves as being the stepping stone that makes all milestones achievable and assisting Black women with just the foundations of having a successful and a healthy life. And one of the things we do in that cohort is we learn how to adapt to change. And one of the biggest things we do is we accept and we acknowledge not only our flaws, but the things that we just really need to work on. And one of my biggest things is just learning how to talk about me, being accepting of all the things that I've done, the good and the bad. And that's kind of the framework and the groundwork of how Dear Black Girl got started. And I always like to plug that because I like to let people know that the organizations I run are not just, something to do to just, have something to do, but it's really personal to me. And it's also stepping stones that I'm taking to myself. So it's nothing about me without me, but I'm learning as well as I'm growing and as well as I'm imparting and facilitating. I hate to use the word teach because as we know, teachers are like certified for a thing. So they're experts in their field. I'm not an expert at anything. I just like to give the different experiences that I had to folks and hopefully they'll take something from it. So, that's a little bit about Kiana or Q as people like to call me.
All right. But I do want to reiterate off of what you just said. You're not maybe an expertise in those areas, but
Mhm.
experience is the best teacher.
Absolutely.
and you don't walk through so many different things that some of these women are walking through now. And that's what I like to tell people, that it that had to happen, it happened to you, but not for you, for somebody else. And here you
Absolutely.
stand now with one step up, dear Black girl, and you're able to testify, or not just share your testimony with them and let them see how you overcame it. But one of the things that stood out to me, Kiana, the most is saying that you're still trying to figure out who Kiana Malone is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's real. That is
Right.
real. When you can say you're still trying to figure out who Kiana Malone is, I want you to reiterate off of that a little bit. Is it that, just tell me, what do you mean when you say that? Because maybe there's someone else is out there that's listening to the sound of your voice, and they may be feeling the same way, but don't know how to admit it. And we already know the first step to help is admitting. You can't stay
Right.
in denial. So just reiterate off of that. You're still trying to find who Kiana is.
Okay, so what I mean when I say that is I'm big on accountability. And just this week alone, I have had to be accountable for a lot of things. Some of them that I wasn't 100% happy with, some that I knew that I was working on, and I thought I had gotten better, only to find out that no, Kiana, you still got some more work to do in this area. And so oftentimes we encounter people that think that they may have arrived, or that they've reached the height of wherever it is that they're trying to go, when in reality, as human beings, we're going to always be learning, right? And when it comes to me personally, I have experienced a lot of different traumas that cause me to feel a lot of different ways, not only about other people, but about myself. And so I have been on the journey for some time to just really figure out who I was. I lived a part of my life being what other people wanted me to be, being what I thought was right, being what I saw that looked good, but never really taking out the time to understand myself, who I was, and what suited me, what gave me peace. How truly walking in the purpose that I was designed would help so many other people. So I've had to learn that, it's some things about you that you may need to change. One, I'll point out. I just had a friend tell me last week, one of my good business friends, that I still suffer with self-doubt. Now, if you ask me, I would say no, absolutely not true. But when she pointed it out to me and gave me like the examples, it was something that I had to accept, because I do suffer from self-doubt. So when I say that I'm still trying to, figure out things about me, figure out exactly who I am, it's not a bad thing. It's just a evolving thing. Like, we all have to do that from time to time, right? Because we can get so comfortable and familiar in a space that things are constantly moving around us, and we're missing it because we're not growing, or because we feel like we're good where we are, when in reality everything around us is growing and changing every day. So yeah, I'm still discovering, still trying to figure out exactly who I am. There are some parts of my life that I am 100% sure, and then there are some other parts of my life where I'm maybe 75%, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. It's some parts that I'm still at 20, like really just trying to figure it out. And I like to tell people, that's okay. I like to be transparent for the same point that you pointed out, because it's a lot of people that are dealing with the same thing, that just are afraid to say that. You just read my bio and you hear how established I am. How could it be that I'm so established, but I'm still dealing with areas of brokenness? I'm still dealing with areas of uncertainty, and I'm still dealing with areas of pride. Like, how can that be? But the reality is, it happens every day. And so a lot of times we won't acknowledge it, we won't talk about it, but life is a stride. That's how I like to look at life, as a stride. We're ever changing. So it's always going to be a point where I have to stop and re-examine myself. Kiana, have you made it? Is it something else that you can change? Or is this just the very best that you can do? And so as I say that, I encourage others to just do the same, because sometimes, we just have to.
Absolutely, definitely. And it's so good. I like to say it's so good when you could talk about you. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? There's so many people that like pointing the fingers at others but don't want to see themselves. So by you saying that, that I mean, I'm loving that you being so transparent, because it may be someone that's out there that's listening, and like I said, maybe they want a way out, and
Mm-hmm.
you just really broke it down for them. So we heard who was Kiana. We heard the many hats that Kiana wear. But the thing is, what the audience don't know is, how did this all come about? So here it had to happen. We like to go with my journey, my pain, my purpose. But watch this though. We don't like to spend much time on the pain, because we want to tell folks how to overcome. Not that we
Mm-hmm.
want to stop you from talking about your pain, because that may be an outlet for you. We never want to stop you from talking about what you need to release, put it like that. But
Mm-hmm.
not only that, Kiana, this Wednesday is Winning Wednesday, girl. And we have here Win to Spend prize drop. So y'all get ready to go ahead and drop those $5 in our Cash App. Only $5, guys. It's for a good cause. It's for our nonprofit organization, 88 Blessings. So there is the Cash App right there. And on the board today, we have a Jaguar autograph hat. We also have a bracelet. And it's only 4 prizes today, guys. And then we have a try again. And also we have a $5 cash prize. So, guys, it is for a good cause. If you want to go ahead and help us out, pay it forward to 88 Blessings, you can do so by going to our Cash App at $favor IH2H. But guys, we're gonna go ahead, and Kiana's gonna jump into her pain. So Kiana, is there ever a time when you had to say, "Okay, God, I surrender. I can't do this no more, Lord. I surrender"? Was there ever a time? Could you tell the audience about that?
It's funny that you asked, was it ever a time? How many times? But the one that I could recall the most was in 2010. I think 2010 was really one of my I surrender all moments. And 2010, I think I had, like I told y'all, I'm formerly incarcerated, and I have seen a lot of time, probably most time than your best watch that you got on. I've seen just as much time as that. But this particular time, when I came home, it was something different. It was, no, I'm gonna take you to 2013. 2010 was the beginning of it, but 2013 was the ending. So let's just go between the 3 years of 2010, 2013. I was formerly incarcerated. At this time, I had gotten out, couldn't find a job for like 3 years. People ridiculed me so bad. They kept saying, you ain't looking, you lazy, you just ain't trying to work. But honestly, I just could not find a job, and I understand what the purpose of it was today, but at the time I didn't. So I lost my house. Let's just say that I had a little piece of car. When I came home, I had to end up selling my car to save my house. I ended up losing my house, and I had to move in with a friend. Moved in with a friend. I had to end up sending my son to live with my mom, which is my grandmother. And I just stayed with my friend in this space. Between those 3 years, I like I said, I could not find work. Just couldn't find a job. So I decided to go to school. I think it was maybe 2010, 2011, I kind of just thugged it out. Now I'm a street girl, so some of the lingo I use, y'all gotta excuse me. So, I just thought I'd thug it out. I knew how to do hair. I knew how to sell dinner. So I'm just gonna thug it out. I do a couple heads. I sell a couple dinners, just do what it is that I gotta do to keep my head above water. But it just wasn't enough. I'm talking at this time, I didn't have money to buy sanitary napkins, Christmas for my son. Like, I just didn't have anything. And that's just the reality of it. I just didn't have nothing. I had friends that would, look out for me, but it's just something about not being able to do anything for yourself. So I began to go to school, went to school for a little while, go to school, get your financial aid check, was able to get up on my feet, do a little couple of things for my son, but it still wasn't enough for me to move. Got so determined, I start looking for jobs anyway. I remember my first disappointment on the job was at McDonald's. I had really just swallowed my pride, and I'm like, I'm gonna just go work at McDonald's. And y'all, I'm paraphrasing here and just moving along because we don't want to spend a lot of time on the pain. So I'm gonna kind of jump from, time to time. So try to get a job at McDonald's. McDonald's say, no, ma'am, you too qualified because, with your resume and your background, if another job called you today, like, we're gonna be stuck, so I can't offer you the job. Could not understand how can you not get a job at McDonald's. Kept searching. So I finally got a job at Golden Corral. Now, Golden Corral, I'm thinking, they're going to be paying a lot of money. I'm going to be able to make a decent little money as a cook, and I'll be able to get up on my feet. Nope. Got the job at Golden Corral. They was paying me $8. The man said, I could start you today, but you won't be making but $8. Now, we all know what in the world can you do with $8. But in the space I was in, I had no choice, so I took it. Called a lady at my school and I said, hey, I got a little piece of a job and I just got a lot of things personally going on in my life and I am going to have to quit school. The lady asked me, she said, well, Kiana, why are you quitting school? I said, well, I'm going to just be honest with you. I don't have nowhere to stay. I'm sleeping on somebody's couch. My son is in another space and it's just not good for us right now. So we kind of trying to make it and I just going to have to quit. Long story short, the lady told me she had a friend that had a house that would kind of help me out if I needed the help. Come to find out, the lady who had the house was the admissions counselor that I told that I was leaving school. Get to this house, the lady asked me what I could afford. I'm like, ma'am, I ain't making but $8 an hour, so I can't afford much. Can you afford $600? Cool. Don't know how I'm going to do it, but I can afford it. Now, mind you, this house is on Moncrief for y'all that know Florida. And then you got me working at the Golden Corral on San Jose. So we just gonna get to that in a minute, but that's a whole dilemma within itself. So I get to this house. When I tell y'all this looked like Tales from the Crypt, this house, this is what it looked like, just that bad. But a few friends of mine and I didn't have anything. This was somebody that was willing to help. So I was willing to work with what I had. Friend Danielle, my friend Miranda, we go in this house and we clean this house up. This house didn't have a floor, no central heating air. And for those of my friends that's watching, I know that this is just bringing back a lot of memories because I'm like, y'all, we gonna have a clean party. Got this house to a livable condition. Now, I just told y'all that I'm living on Moncrief and I'm working on San Jose. So that meant that I would have to catch the bus. So I would have to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, get on the first bus. Mind you, I have my son that's in elementary at the time. So I would have to train him how to get on the bus by himself and go to school while I leave at 4 o'clock in the morning to get on the bus to make it to San Jose to be to work by 9 o'clock. Through all this, God is good. I end up getting a second job at Applebee's in the town center. So at this time, I'm living on Moncrief, I'm working in San Jose, and I'm working at the town center. Now, those are just 3 different stretches. So I get to the point where I'm working the 2 jobs and I'm able to see a little bit of the light. But now the transportation has become a dilemma and I have to be to work at 9 at Golden Corral. I get off at 4 and I have to be to work at Applebee's by 6. So that's a bus ride from San Jose to town center, which is not bad. It's still daylight. But when I get off of work at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's no bus running. So it was at this time where now I'm having to sleep at the bus stop. And we often pass by people and we see people sitting outside and we try to figure out, their life. And I was one of those people. I'm like, how did they end up out here? I found out 2000 and I think 14 is when I slept on the bus stop overnight. But I don't really look at this as pain now because that bus stop is what taught me how to pray. That bus stop is what taught me how to pray. That bus stop is what taught me how to seek God. That bus stop is what taught me how to surrender and say, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm sick of it and I'm tired. Y'all, on the bus stop, it would rain. On the bus stop, it would be cold. On the bus stop, it would be wet. And most of all, on the bus stop, it is scary. And so that happened for about 6 months. God opened up the door for me to get a piece of car. But the part of the story that I ain't told y'all is that driving this car, I'm already a couple time convicted felon. So I'm on probation, on felony probation. Get pulled over driving a car with no license, and then they take me to jail and I get a misdemeanor probation. So at this point in my mind, I'm just like, they're gonna have to catch me because I ain't going back. So nevertheless, I ran for 5 years. I ran for 5 years, facing 22 years, and it was 2016 when I got tired of running. So I ran from 2010, where this story starts, until I think it was June of 2015. Didn't make it to court till I want to say 2016. Walked in there, and the judge, this was the point where my life changed. The judge say, I don't even know why you're here. And just to go back for a little bit of backstory, when I finally got tired of running and just decided to turn myself in, and I decided all this while sitting at that bus stop. I called my lawyer and I told him, I said, I'm tired. I think I'm going to turn myself in, because I'm telling y'all at this bus stop is where I just begin to surrender. Things begin to change. And I just was like, God, I'm tired. And so I know that when you surrender, it's time to just let everything go. And I'm in my mind, I'm saying, okay, here I am going to have to leave my son again. Finally pulling myself up out of the weeds, but I'm tired. I'm like, y'all, I'm tired. So call my lawyer. He says, I ain't heard from you, but you paid me. He say, so I didn't know what happened to you. He say, but don't go turn yourself in just yet. Let me see something. He called me back the next day and said, you're not going to believe this. He said, the judge that gave you the warrant, he's died. So I'm like, okay, he died. So what that mean? He was like, so now we have to find a judge that'll take your case and try to figure out what's going on. Found the judge takes my case. I go to court. All this happened within a week. He says, why are you here? I tell him, he say, it's a funny thing because you've been running for me for 5 years. He said, and I looked over your case because it was just so odd. Like, how didn't we catch you? He say, so I just want to talk to you. Like, what have you been doing? It was 2015 when I started my first nonprofit. And I started that nonprofit from, again, the results of that bus stop. I had people that really knew that I was out there sleeping at the bus stop doing whatever I had to do to make it for me and my son. And they wanted to know, how could I be doing that? And they have all the resources they need and still don't have the tenacity and the strength that I have. So that's how One Step Up started, just kind of talking to people and giving them the tools and the different things that they can use to make it with everything that they had when I didn't have anything. So I'm telling the judge all this stuff. This is what I learned how to do, and this is what I'm doing, all from this bus stop, y'all. The judge looked at me and say, he said, I gotta be a fool. I gotta be crazy. He said, but what you want to do? So me, I'm like, hey, I want to get out of here. I want to go home. He said, I'm gonna let you do just that. He said, you facing 22 years and I'm supposed to make an example out of you because you ran. He said, but you one of the only people that I've ever met that have made a difference in the time that they have been running. He said, so if you promise me that you'll walk out of here and never come back unless you doing the very thing that I'm about to do for you, which is helping somebody, he said, I'm gonna let you get out of here. That man hit his gavel. Y'all, and my life has been different ever since. Now, I know you told me to ask me to just talk about the pain, but I can never just talk about the pain and not transition into the triumph, because I don't look at it as pain anymore. I look at all of that as my purpose. So my pain is no longer my pain, right? Like the pain that we go through, the suffering that we have to go through, we always have to understand that it eventually transforms into something else, and that's called purpose. We have people that just talk about pain all the time. It hurts so bad, but when you look at it, when the pain is over, what does it push you to do, or what has it pushed you? So my pain / purpose is in that story.
And see, that's why it's called It Had to Happen. My journey, my pain, my purpose. And the thing about it is, like you said, it's in the pain with a purpose. You being birthed for your purpose, and that's what I'm trying to tell people. Don't despise whatever your it may be. because there's some it's that's going to come up. God never promised us that there won't be any trouble. He never promised us that we'll never go through anything, because if everything was so perfect and so lined up, what we need God, So it was in, like you said, you found your purpose in that bus stop. So thank God for that bus stop,
Mhm.
wherever it may be. Town center, you said. So
Yeah.
thank God that
Right
you
in front of
found
Target.
your purpose in that bus stop. And the thing is, you didn't stop.
Nope.
You did not stop. And because you did not stop and you kept going, even though you were on the run for 5 years, but you was running in different people's lives, planting seeds, sowing seeds on good ground. So when you found yourself in the middle of the judge, per se, he had to have leniency because God says, you take care of my people, I'll take care of you.
Mhm.
Understand? So in those 5 years, you poured into so many people, and now look what the judge has done for you. So it's very, very imperative, guys. If you under the sound of our voice right now, it's very, very imperative of how you treat people, because trust and believe the world is round and things do come back. So be very, very careful how you treat people. You never know when you may need that very person that can save your life. And it won't be something that's so big. God used, even look at the people that he used in the Bible. We get caught up in, oh, we can't go here and we can't go there, but not knowing that God places us. He may place us in that club next to that person that's thinking they want to commit suicide, and use us to talk to that person. So don't look at me. Yes, I love God. I'm saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost. But my thing is, if you see me in the club, don't look sideways, because you never know why God has me in the place that he have me. So don't look at me sideways, okay? So Kiana found her purpose in that bus stop. So whatever your it may be, guys, don't despise it, because trust and believe. You're looking at a living testimony right here. And we all know, look at the love that's pouring out on the screen from the audience, Kiana. I mean, we have Bam. Can we get some comments up so I can see, because my eyes not working too good? All right, we have Bama Bella. I am so proud of you, Kiana. Who else do we have? Carolyn Prophet. My. Yes, yes. That's my girl from Miami. We have Alicia. She gave you the hearts. She used the right colors, because that's the colors for 88 blessings. Shantae say that's the word. Come on. Come on. Thank you guys so much. Evert says yes. Let me tell you something, guys. We could not do this without you guys. So we are forever grateful, and we just want to shout you out. We have Randa that threw up the praise. That's what I'm going to say. Threw up the praise hands. Who else do we have on here? Um, we have Rick. Stay strong, Kiana. You will be great again. He's here in the Jacksonville area. Big on the big fan of Jaguars. Such a sweet young man. 35 Jules says, you are such an amazing person. You inspire me. Listen, thank you guys for sending her so much love, because you guys don't even know. We both experienced something where we had to be there for someone. Let me tell you something. When God placed you in places to be there for someone, he gives you the strength to do so. To do so. And by both being there for our dear friend Rowenda at the loss of her son, I just want to go ahead and play this video, guys, because we need your help. She's burying her son next Saturday, guys. If you can be of any kind of support, it don't have to be monetary. It can be what they call them, perishable items, whatever it may be. Pour into this young woman. She just lost her son from DIPG, which is Kiana Godson. So we're gonna go ahead and roll the clip so you guys can kind of hear how you can make a donation, or give you a little bit of background on Kiana's godson Jackson.
A heartbreaking update to report tonight. A local 5-year-old who bravely battled a rare form of brain cancer died Sunday morning. We first introduced you to Jackson Mathis and his mother, Rowenda, back in May of 2019, shortly after he was diagnosed with DIPG, an incurable tumor in the brainstem. The average survival rate is 8 to 11 months, but little Jackson, he survived for 2 years, doing the stuff that kids like to do, going to the beach, playing baseball, and spending time with his mom, who says he was a fighter to the very end. And his mom is inviting you to help honor his life. We'll keep you posted on details of his memorial service, and you can make a donation to support his family through the charity 88 Blessings. You can find information in this story on actionnewsjax.com.
Yes, guys. So if you can, do lift this mother up in prayer, as well as the godmother as well. Can I see the doves flying, fly high Jackson, going across the screen right now? The dove with fly high Jackson. Dove, fly high Jackson. But guys, you heard all about Kiana's journey. You heard all about Kiana's pain. But like she said, in the middle of the pain, God was birthing her purpose. So, Kiana, I'm going to have to ask the question about, do you know your purpose? So, can you just tell the people what you have going on?
So, yes, my purpose is to be to others the help that I didn't receive. My purpose is definitely that of a helper. I am a gifter, I am a helper, and I just love people. Right now, what I have going on, like I said earlier, my first nonprofit, One Step Up, like we are in the process of, or in under new construction for our second level homes. And what those homes will provide is a safe space for women and children who are just suffering homelessness. And it's not necessarily because they want to be homeless, but they have experienced certain type of traumas in their life, whether it's that they're not good with finances. Like, this home isn't for the typical life, my house got burnt down or whatever. It's for real people that's like, hey, we messed up. I'm not good with my finances. I'm not good with this. So this place is a place for them to be able to rebuild that foundation, reestablish themselves, and just get a good stronghold on life. It's also for women and young girls who are pregnant. I know that as a young mother at 17, I didn't know what I was doing. I had no direction. My mother at the time, she worked, she had her own things that she was dealing with, and I kind of was just out there learning as I went. And I want to be just that support and that help for these young women. So we're building these homes for women of that nature. I also have my Dear Black Girl. Now, I know y'all keep seeing Dear Black Girl on the screen, but Dear Black Girl is just really near and dear to me because it's a platform for Black women on all ends of the spectrum, right? So it's for women that are trying to find themselves. It's for women that found themselves already. And most definitely for women that don't even know they need to be found, because we have those type of women too. So Dear Black Girl is that platform. If you have something new, you have a new idea that you want to bring to the masses, or you want to create, like Dear Black Girl, we're gonna help you. We're not gonna ridicule you. We're not gonna criticize you. If you baking a cake and it don't taste good, we're gonna tell you before you put it out there on the market. But we also gonna teach you the fundamentals behind entrepreneurship. People really don't understand the life skills that they need, like forgiveness, changing, becoming unstuck, knowing how to finish strong. With success, it's different levels to it. So Dear Black Girl is created to support Black women, period, on any level of success that they want to see. And not only that, Dear Black Girl was created to build sisterhood. Like, we build a different type of sisterhood. It's often said that women, especially Black women, can't get along, but I think that that's false, because ladies always get along. I've met some phenomenal women in my last 2 classes that we've graduated. I just graduated a class last week, and it was like these women talk to each other. You know, without me, they built strong sisterhoods, strong bonds, and they built stronger connections, not only for their personal lives but for their businesses. So that is what I have going on. I'm connected to so many different people that I'm trying to just do things with. I do believe that it takes a village not only to raise children but for anything to succeed. People knows I am an open book. If it's anything that I can help anybody with, like when it comes to consulting or anything of that nature, like I'm just open. I just want to see our society, our women, I just want to see us win on every spectrum. And that's kind of what Dear Black Girl is, that platform to, if you're not winning, we're going to help you win. And we're going to help you do it in a good way. We're going to teach you the back end so that you'll know how to accept change, because without a strong foundation, nothing could never work. If you don't know how to forgive, life is going to be hard for you. If you don't know how to accept change, it's going to be hard for you. If you don't know how to love yourself, then you're going to fall for a lot of things, and it's going to be hard for you. So we just teach on those principles. We give the life skills that are needed that we never really think about that we need. And we also do it together so that it's a little bit easier, and it kind of shows that, hey, I'm not the only one going through this thing. And it's not just me. And I find it better to heal together. I also find it better if we use the mirroring aspect. And what the mirroring aspect is this: you looking at a woman that's just like you, whether she's in her down state or whether she's in her high state. So it shows the successful woman that even though I'm successful, I need something from the woman that's not as successful. You know what I mean? And even though I'm not that successful, I'm still looking at the same person that has become successful, but at one point was just like me. So it helps better when we can see what we're looking at. And in looking at each other, we see where we're trying to go, or either we see where we've been. And so that's basically what Dear Black Girl is all about.
All right, guys, we're here live today with your girl Erica Wilson, and it had to happen. We have the beautiful Kiana Malone from Dear Black Girl. Guys, you just heard all about her journey, all about her pain, and all about her purpose. Kiana do have some things that's coming up soon, guys, and we just want to go ahead and share the flyer with you. So if we can go ahead and share the flyer about her cohort event, and you could tell us a little bit about that, Kiana.
All right, so we have our 3rd cohort. Well, actually, it's our 4th cohort. Our teen edition starts on this Saturday. And so we have our 4th class. It's a 10-week class, and we dig deep. Like, we start at just becoming unstuck. We figure out what it is that we have to work on with ourselves. And from becoming unstuck, we go about learning how to accept the change and to make the change. And then from the stages of change, we kind of go into finishing strong, and we give all the dynamics of, you know, how to finish strong. It has been proven to be a very successful program. This will be the 4th class that I graduate, this class that starts. And we do it virtual and as well as live. And it's a life-changing. I could go on and on and on all day about it, and I'm just so happy to see a lot of my girls that have graduated actually in the comments. But it's a very, very great program. If you go to our website, which is www.officialdearblackgirl.com, you can see the graduates. You can read some of their stories. It's a lot of my students that was in the class there. Well, my participants, I don't like to call them students, but their stories are on the website. And so you can see that it's, you know, just not fluff we talking about. Like I dig deep with you. We get in, I get on the ground with you. If I got to, you know, roll my sleeves up and get my knees dirty, I don't mind. Like, that's just what we do in Dear Black Girl, just to make sure that everybody's successful. So that's one of the things that we have coming up in July. We have one in July as well as in October.
Awesome. And it's funny that you say that we could go to the website to see that, but we actually pulled some footage on two young ladies that's a part of your organization,
Oh,
speaking about Dear Black Girl. So we're gonna go ahead, guys. We're gonna get to you guys for the win to spin prize drop. We're gonna get to you guys, but this is just so good, and I want to be able to share this because maybe there's someone out there that want to take that step and afraid to take that step. And after hearing this, maybe they'll go ahead and take that step. You know, it's never look down on anyone. If you're looking down, reach down to help them up. Nobody should be left behind. One thing I like to say, I am my sister's keeper. With me, what you see is what you get. No fake, no fraud, no any of that. I love to see people win. I want to see the winning win. All right, we have a question. Do you offer financial aid? A lot of people down and out can't afford that.
yes, we do offer scholarships. I have some people that'll pay that price or have paid it up front, and I have some that come to me and say, "Hey, Q, I want to take the class, but I can't afford it," and we do. Yes, ma'am, we do.
So that was a good question, Cena. That was really, really good.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay, so let's roll those two videos of the two young ladies who's a part of your organization, who's a part of your tribe.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony Stinson. I'm the owner of Glam Beauty Bar and Spa here in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm a licensed esthetician. The reason why I joined Dear Black Girl was, to be honest, I joined to be nosy. I had heard great things about Dear Black Girl, and I wanted to see what was going on for myself. I would recommend Dear Black Girl because I learned so much about myself and about others while I was in this program. It taught me how to deal with others. It taught me how people feel and act differently than me and how that's okay. So I would recommend Dear Black Girl for anybody who is thinking about it, who's on the fence. You should sign up for Dear Black Girl.
Awesome.
Wow. And that was who? Could you tell us a little bit about her?
That was Anthony Stinson. I don't
Hi,
know.
my name is Nakara Khan. I am the owner of Confections by Cara, where we actually specialize in over 9 different types of banana pudding. Just 2 of them that's our top sellers are Biscoff cheesecake and our red velvet cheesecake. The reason why I started Dear Black Girls is because I wanted the sisterhood to be around other different black women. I work from home, I'm always home, so I never really get a chance to mingle with others. So that's the reason why I started Dear Black Girls, just for the sisterhood. But I gained so much more from Dear Black Girls, just from the sisterhood. I would recommend Dear Black Girls to someone is because it is an awesome program. It really teaches you self-awareness. It builds your confidence up. It helps with mingling with different other black business owners. And that's the reason why I would join Dear Black Girls.
Kiana, that is awesome. So hats off to you.
Thank you.
Hats
Thank
off to
you.
you. That is an amazing job that you have done with these young women. And that's one of the things that we have to do as women. You know, reach back out and help someone. Dear Black Girls, let me catch that. Dear Black Girls also offers payment plans. Guys, you can go to Kiana's website to find out more about Dear Black Girl. Kiana, could you tell the website so they could be able to, do their research and see if they have someone that may want to join or maybe want to pour into the organization?
Okay, so the website is www.officialdearblackgirl.com.
Okay, and if one would like to get in contact with you to find out more information, because we know some don't like reading, like myself. So if I want to call and I want to find out information about Dear Black Girl, or maybe one step up, how do I get in contact with you?
Okay, so you could email me at dearblackgirl@gmail.com. Is going around at the bottom of the screen. Or I am one of those in-person people that you can really connect with. You can just call me 904-400-8126.
Can you repeat that one more time? 904?
400-8126. 2186.
All right, you heard it here at It Had to Happen. Kiana said she's an up close and personal person. She's not one to be behind the scenes. She like to be right before you, paying it forward. She has a heart of gold, guys. She's not only have one step up, she also has Dear Black Girl. And don't forget to get all of your Dear Black Girl merchandise. How can we get the Dear Black Girl merchandise?
Okay, so all the merchandise is available on the website. Y'all, I'm laughing because I do this every time. I have so much going on that I forget. And so I am really, really grateful to my friends that's logging in and that's just able to help me because I totally forgot about the merchandise, but it's on the website as well in our store. So everything is pretty much available. If you go to that website and you like what you see, it's there. Thank you, Shantae.
Good job, Shantae. I'm late, but hi, guys. Love it. Queen things. That's right, cousin. That's right. Go ahead, cousin. Send your $5 over to Favor. $favor IH2H. Because guess what, guys? It is Winning Wednesday here at It Had to Happen. Guys, I want to spin to win prize drop. It's for a good cause. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop Cena a little I guess it's what you call these little things, the little mom, what the name of it you said it was, but here's gonna be IH2H drop, guys. So we're gonna do the first drop right now for Cena. Cena, let's do the first drop for you. I'm dropping everything, guys. All right, let's see what Cena win. Cena, you want to start in the middle? I think I'm gonna start in the middle for you. Oh, Cena, it says try again. Your Plinky chip didn't do you good, Cena. So that one says try again. So I'm gonna start on the outside, Cena. This is your second one. Here we go. Cena, you see you got your $5 back. Good job. Good job. See that, Cena? I'm doing better than the other one. Let's go. Cena, you have another Jaguars hat. This is your last win. Let's see. And you have another bracelet, Cena. So, Cena, you have a bracelet, $5, and a Jaguars hat. Autographed hat, guys. All right, we have Rick. Rick, where would you like me to start? Center in, whatever. Let me know. Type it in the comments while I go ahead and talk to Kiana. Kiana, is there anything that you would like to leave with the audience on today? While we're waiting for Rick.
If it's anything that I could leave with the audience, it's just accountability is everything, even when it's with ourselves. Like the best thing that we could do is be accountable and just move forward. Like we just have to become unstuck from whatever that point is that we're stuck. We have to become unstuck. We have to accept the stages of change, and then we have to finish strong. As hard as it is, it can be done, and it's very rewarding when we put forth the effort and just do it. So if I could leave you guys with anything, that would be it. I also want to just say to you that thank you for this opportunity to be on, and Erica, not only just for this opportunity, but for those of my friends who are watching that don't know you. This is an amazing soul. Just like she said, what you see is what you get. It is exactly what you get. I have something else that's coming out. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit later, but she jumped right in there to just help me, and it had been the help that I had been looking for years. And the odd thing about it is, I don't want to say this out of context, but it's like she ran me down to give me the help that I was scared to take, if that makes sense. Sometimes we are apprehensive of folks because of the things that have happened to us in the past, but our encounter has been nothing but a blessing to me, as well as a lesson to me. I often tell people how we cannot treat folks as we've treated folks in the past because they're not the same people. And I was good about saying that, right? But she gave me the opportunity to put that into play. And so I just want to say that I appreciate you. much love the 88 blessings. And as I've told you before, if there's anything that I can do to enhance, to help, then I'm here. But I just want to let the world know that I appreciate you and I thank you very, very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Queen, for that. And I thank God for you as well. You never know why God brings people across your path, but just know that when he do bring them, just make sure they're from God, if that makes any sense. Because I had the honor of meeting Kiana a whole year, maybe a whole year and a half ago.
Yep.
And when 88 Blessings donated to a Dear Black Girl, I said to her, let's connect. Because one thing about it, and two things for sure, what people don't understand is when we connect as women, my God, when we connect as women and we can set everything else aside, we can build empires. Because everybody know women are some of the most powerful creatures on earth. Let me tell you, the things that we endure, I mean, heck, we can build empires. So again, we have something that we're working on that we're going to hit y'all, a little hard with, and this thing is going to be phenomenal. So Queen, thank you so much for even coming on IH2H to even open up and tell them about your pain, your purpose, and your journey. We have it all. Exactly, because especially Black women. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to sit here before you all and I'm going to tell you, I don't mind another sister surpassing me. Because good God Almighty, if my God bless that sister that's next to me, I got to know that he's in my community too. So my chance is coming next. We all can win together. I don't like to win and leave my sisters behind. I want all of us to win. So everything God has instilled in me, I had to go through it to pay it forward to somebody else. So how dare you sit on the things that God has given you? So with that being said, come on, Rick, let's see what you want here. Let's see. He say start from the left, guys. Rick, you have your autograph hat. It is a autograph Alan Hearns hat. When Alan was here with the Jaguars, he designed that hat and it has his picture on the bottom. Rick, I know you're going to love it. So there you go, Rick. Thank you to each and every one of you who poured into Win to Spin, prize drop. Guys, it's for a good cause. It takes money to take care of people. But not only that, it also takes time. If you can, spend some time with the woman that's hurting. You'll learn something from it. Don't ever think that it can't happen to you, because there's so many it's that's going to transpire in each and every one of our lives. It may have happened to us. It may have happened to us, but it happened to us for somebody else. And Kiana, bring Kiana back on the screen with me. Kiana, again, I just can't thank you enough for bringing Dear Black Girl to IH2H. I look forward to many, many things that God is getting ready to do in us, and for others. So is there one more thing? Because I don't know, I pick up things in the spirit. Is there anything else that you need to leave with the audience on today?
Be receptive and be open. And it's three things that I always like to say: keep praying, keep going, and keep doing. And you could put whatever behind those three, but those three things have worked for me. I've just had to keep praying. When it gets tough, I had to keep going. And even when I didn't want to, I just had to keep doing. So that's it.
And also, guys, most importantly, forgive. We have a prayer show every Monday, guys. Every Monday at 5:30 here at It Had to Happen. And we've been speaking on the topic of abandoned and left for dead. And it's just so many things that we learn doing that prayer broadcast. And I have to shout out my covenant partners, the Bishop Kenny Berry and the beautiful Satara J, as well as my producer, which is the baddest producer on this side of heaven, guys. She sung on Monday, Kiana. Oh, my beautiful voice. So not only is she the baddest producer, guys, She also has a beautiful voice, and boy, is a woman of God. A powerhouse. So I thank God for my covenant partners. Guys, if you can meet me back here on Monday at 5:30 for Flight 2021. Go ahead and book now. I know Shannon is listening. Carolyn is listening. Tell them about Flight 2021. You want to go ahead and you want to grab those. What's the seats up front, guys? I don't sit in them, so I don't even know. What's the seats up front, Kiana? First class. All right, there you go. Grab those first class seats, because boy, look at here. I'm telling you, every round goes higher and higher. And it had to happen. An hour of power on Flight 2021. Guys, if you would like to book with me, I would love to have you and some of your participants to come back on our H2H and we can have a group discussion. So that offer is out there for you, Kiana. So do know that whatever it is, it happened to you, but for somebody else. We love you here. Oh my God, look, if you would like to book, you can go to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Again, www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Kiana, I'm going to punch you. And I'm telling you this in front of everybody. I'm going to punch you because one of the most important things as a mother that we work so hard for, we didn't even talk about that. Guys, Kiana have a son graduating this Friday.
This
Go
Friday.
ahead and tell us about that.
Okay, so my son is graduating high school. He is graduating from First Coast High School this Friday, and he will be leaving me, going to Iowa to Luther College in August the 10th. My baby is getting out of here. He's going to school. He received a $97,000 scholarship to Luther College. Luther College is it's not a football school, but he will be playing football. But it's a liberal arts school, and so he is going up there to further his education. And I am so proud of my son, because all the trials and tribulations that you guys heard me talk about, he went through them with me. So it has just been him and I for the last 19 years. It hasn't been easy, but it has been what I made it, and I tried to make it the best experience for him. And so I just ask for you guys that know the power of prayer to just call out Nick's name every time you go down, because he leaving his mom going hundreds and hundreds of miles away, and I'm terrified, but I know it's one of the best things for him. So yeah, and I can't believe I forgot about my baby either.
So guys, when I say that I was gonna punch, I was just gonna give a little tap, just a little tap. That's all. But just know that, Kiana, we are so very proud of you and your son. So we definitely want to send prayers up for your son. Like he said, if you're some prayer warriors, please do call out his name in prayer, as he will be leaving when?
On August the 10th. Mm-hmm.
August the 10th. Not only that, guys, I don't know why Kiana is not throwing a trunk party for her baby. But guys, if you would like to pour into Nick, I met him. He's a very humble young man. If you would like to pour into Nick, you definitely could get in contact with Kiana. She is a single mother that helps so many. And sometimes you got to know that the glass needs to be refilled, replenished, So, hey, God says you take care of my people. I can't say enough. I'll take care of you. So thank you for each and every one logging in with us on It Had to Happen. We are forever grateful for you all, because we could not do this without you, and you. Please do be careful. Yes, the city is open. Mask up, guys. Even if you're fully vaccinated, mask up, please, and be safe. We love you here at It Had to Happen with your girl, Erica Wilson. Until next time, God bless you all. See you later.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.